buckets ready to go, a couple of buckets of 20 millers. Been soaking for a couple of days now, and I'm off in the morning. So I'll catch up with you a bit and explain what's happening this time round. Lovely times, all gone in really easy. Right, so on with the plot this week. My daughter's just gone back, God bless her, what a wicked time, but I'm looking forward to getting out. And now what am I going to do? Well, like I said, the price of the euro against the petrol is just ridiculous. I'm not going for a big drive. I'm going for a nice trip to the south of France in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to do something realistic, hopefully something that everybody that watches this would, could see himself doing. It's not a massive thing, so I'm not going to be going miles into France or Belgium. I'll probably nip into Belgium. I've got my syndicate lake, I'll probably go there for a night or two. There's lots of nice bits of river and canal in Belgium that I love to fish. You can night fish, obviously. You can only use 2 rods, you have to remember that. They're pretty strict on it over there. But there's a lot of public fishing in Belgium, a lot of public fishing. A lot of the lake fishing is very much like the English scene. You can rock down I go to the Colne Valley and catch them. Well, you wouldn't be able to, because that club that owns that and this syndicate owns this, and like you get the picture. And it's very similar in Belgium. So a lot of the public fishing, accessible public fishing, easily accessible, is on the rivers and the canals, and there's lots of them. So I may go and have a look at a couple of bits of canal, just potluck. I like potluck fishing. More and more these days, I don't ask, I don't probe, I do my own little bit of research, and if I can't find info on stuff, it don't really matter. Like, there's a couple of bits of canal I've been looking at for years and years, just right on the Belgian-French border. And of course, all those little river valleys and them follow those canal valleys. The canals follow the rivers a lot of the time. You have old rivers like where the Meuse crosses down into France. Lots of it's canalised, and it's the same with the Moselle further east. So there's lots to explore for a fisherman like me. A lot to explore. And all the way down these river valleys, of course, more and more gravel extraction's taking place. It's not finished. In fact, it's had a resurgence. There's like some of the old bits I used to fish on the Seine. When you look at it on Google Earth now, it's literally staggering. There's so much water, so many lakes. That was another thing I thought about doing. I crossed there on the way back through my last trip. I'd look at the Seine, it looked good. And it's sort of, when I got home and looked on the internet, I thought, there's a lot of lakes. The French don't fence their lakes like the English do now. I mean, we do it for predation issues, or a lot of lakes do. But in France, they don't do that, and I can imagine that River Seine, which used to be just some of the best fishing in France when I was like, it got pillaged. Lots of them got taken for private fisheries, and that back in the day, that river went from prolific to like rock hard. You'd be lucky if you had a couple of bites on a trip, just because they were getting taken. But in the recent years, looking back, like we've had some big summer floods in France, especially through midish France, and even upstream of all those bits of river. Like when it floods, it comes down, and I'm sure that river should be really, really well repopulated with carp from all the lakes all the way through. And if you ever get a bit of time, get on your Google Earth and look southeast of Paris. You've got, just follow the Seine back, and like you'll just be gobsmacked at the amount of water there these days. So I did have that on my agenda, but that's only, I can do that in sort of 3.5 hours from Calais. And this is what, people from other countries might watch this, but my point of view and my focus is of that of an Englishman. I have to go and do any of this, I have to cross the channel. I have to go under the channel or over the channel in a ferry to get to mainland Europe. So I've got a mission before my mission even starts, and it's always been like that. I think that's what's always made it so much more of a mission. The fact that you have to cross, you have to leave your country and cross the sea and all that rubbish. But you feel it. Certainly I did when I was starting out. I really felt that. So yeah, I'm going to try and stay local because of the money issue. I've had a little look about. When I say local, see, I looked in the thing and instantly started playing with me hair. Like a girl, I started to... Yeah, I've got some really interesting things to look at. The first place I'm going to stop at is a lake, probably, I'm not even going to tell you how close it is to the tunnel because it would give it away probably, but it's very close to the tunnel. Like I'll get off the other side and I'll be there looking. So I've got an early crossing in the morning, I think 5:30 or whatever, at 6:30. So I reckon I'll be sat by this lake at 7 o'clock having a cup of coffee. Fingers crossed, God willing, and all that. So yeah, next time you see me, Bert's already asleep. Like, we ain't even left yet and he's already gone to sleep. Lazy little weasel. So yeah, next time you see me will be tomorrow morning. They're really like sticky toffee, sticking my teeth together. I can barely talk. Yeah, on the tunnel. I'm not good in the morning, so please make allowances. Well, morning. Told you I'm not great in the mornings. Bit of a convoluted drive down, really. They shut the M25 on one junction and a few junctions of the M20. I mean, what are they thinking? Why did nobody think Nick would be going fishing? We better give him a ring and warn him. Do you know what I mean? No, none of that. So I was stuck in it, detouring around Maidstone, and oh god. Another early start, 4:45 again. First crossing, 6:45 or whatever it is. So it's already 6:45 in France. So 7:15 by the time I get off, and about 7:30, I reckon, by the time I get to my first place to look at. Yeah, it should be an interesting one. It's very, very close to the sea. It's very, very close to the tunnel. Something I've never really done before. I never fished close to the tunnel. I've always got a 10-hour drive the other side, or whatever. So yeah, bit of a change to the norm. I could have gone a bit further into France. You know what? I'm going for my big trip, like I said. So I'm going to stay local. I'm going to try and do a close to home trip, just for something different, really. I had no plans, nothing set in stone, no real idea of where I'm going to end up, which I prefer it like that. Bert's still asleep. I'm only half awake. I've not even had a coffee yet. Literally, as soon as I got, because of the bloody delays, as soon as I got to the tunnel, it was boarding. So anyway, that's me. I'll speak to you in a bit. Well, I'm here. Didn't take long, did it? In fact, it was ridiculously quick. I was here by within 20 minutes, I reckon. Right. So anyway, what's happening? Well, what's happening? Coffee's on the go. I've got a rod out down there and a couple of rods here, slashed out on singles. It's actually quite a big pit. Oh, what's going on here? Every time I do this, it has me. There we go. That was pretty painless, to be fair. I was, because of me detours this morning, I was almost late for me crossing. I made it just in time, so I didn't get a chance to get a coffee. So by the time I got here, I was twitching and I needed some caffeine. Anyway, I've had me caffeine. Well, I've got my caffeine. There's about half a dozen people fishing. It's obviously a proper lake, you know what I mean? Like on a Tuesday morning, there's half a dozen. There's a little bit of a legal night zone opposite me. There's 2 or 3 blokes in the woods over there, boating out into the middle. And I'm told it's a really deep pit, so God knows how deep it is. But I literally got out the car here, I stood here, one went plop. I thought, you'll do for me, Jack. Never look a gift horse in the mouth and all that. So anyway, because I'm a smart cookie, I had the rods ready to go. I even tied a few links at home, pop-up links. And where the fishes showed, it was quite a way out. And the first fish, I didn't see it. I looked out there, big rings, bubbles and all that. I thought right, I'll quickly put a lead on, slashed it out. It was about, I don't know, 15 foot, maybe a bit deeper, and quite a soft drop, but clean. So I wheeled it in, put a rig on that one, larruped it out there. And then since then I've seen probably another half a dozen carp, maybe a few more than that, but all sort of that range or a bit closer and off to me left. There's people down to me left, 2 or 3 bivvies down there. They're only 250 yards away. It's alright to move my camera. French people keep driving past and I think I'm some sort of nutcase. Anyway, yeah, looking good. I'm really surprised. It's a big pit, ever so close to the tunnel. I mean, a real good one if I'm like, you know, if I need somewhere to drop on for a night on the way home or stuff. or to, you know, if it's quiet, to pop in here and put a bit of bait out with a view to doing a night on the way home. Smart, you know, you have to think like that. You have to think like that and do these sort of trips. But anyway, yeah, I mean, apparently where I am, let's have a quick mooch about to show you. Right, where I am, which is here, got a car right there. There's nobody else about. It's looking bloody good to me. So I'm going to give it. Yeah, I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it till midday. I've got a couple of peach and peppers out there, and the water's tap clear. I'm fishing in quite deep water. If there's any carp about in that depth, they will eat a peach and pepper pop-up. They like them orange ones. It's my favourite colour, always has been for many reasons. But it's just good in deeper, clearer water. I just, you know, it's just a go-to. And even though I'd not used that peach and pepper combo in the past, I always use my super strong tooty type ones that I make myself or have had made for me. I've caught quite a lot on the peach and peppers without even really trying very hard, so it's obvious that they work very well. So yeah, they're out there. I can do no more for a couple of hours. I'm going to see what happens, and I'll get back to you in a bit. I will. There's obviously some carp about. Like, hopefully, fingers crossed, in the morning, I'll have something to show you. That would just be mega, wouldn't it? Like turning up somewhere new and getting a twangle in the middle of the night. It's happened to me already a couple of times this year. I like all that. So yeah, I'm feeling it. Bert's feeling it. He's just had a big dinner. I've had a curry and rice, some instant meal thing, and a big glass of wine. I'm just on my second glass of wine. Hopefully that's going to knock me out. I really do need some sleep. But I'm sort of buzzing. You know, there's big fish about. I really didn't expect it. I don't quite know what's going on this lake. It's ever so busy. You know, 10 carp fishermen on a Tuesday. Perhaps it's like the local carpodrome and it's absolutely snoodle with them, but I really don't know. I really don't know what the cut. But anyway, we'll find out. I'll hopefully see you in the morning with something to report. It's not looking that bad out there. I've got a couple of rods out there, not that far. And one in a little gap down the bank there. Cars behind me, lovely times. Well, morning. It's funny how things happen, isn't it? I said last night that there was a Frenchie just turned up, set up to the right of me. And he had a big bait boat with an echo sounder on it and all that, and he put his rods out. And I thought, you know, he looked pretty sensible. He weren't going out into oblivion. He was dropping them on the drop-offs and stuff. I thought, oh, he's not going to be any problem. But the second that boat went out, that was that. They went like that. I saw a couple. I was getting big line bites and stuff. You know, I'd been feeding the bait pretty much all day. There was almost every carp I was seeing was in front of me. Anyway, this morning I woke up like, what? Like, really very surprised. I thought I'd have had a couple of bites. You know, it was looking really good for it. I had good drops, food out there. I've packed up now. I'm sat in the car looking out across the lake. The wind swung this morning. It's looking a bit carpier. It's a bit greyer. And I hadn't seen anything. I've been up since like before it got light. Sorry, I'm eating. Always eating or doing something. Bert's looking at me from outside. Right, hour later. Just an hour later, and I'm sat at my syndicate lake, and surprise, surprise, there's nobody here. Massive lake, all to myself, new wind, smashing up the end. Until this year, I've actually had a ticket. I've never been out to fish before, but there's no one in this swim. It won't be a swim for much longer. It's like a free pot of land, but the owner will soon sell this, and then you won't be able to fish down this end of the lake at all, ever, unless you live here. So I'm going to get out and show you in a sec, because it looks really good down here. Wind's banging down, and I'm really just hoping, waiting to see something. But I thought I'd do a quick bit in the car while the door's shut, just to show you, because when I get out you're not going to hear anything. But yeah, we'll have a quick look. I'll give you a quick look. Yeah, it looks the part. Surely it's just a matter of time. not nice, Sprucer, is it? Horrible out there, ain't it? I'd stay in there if I was you, but not in my seat, eh? Well, this is my view for the afternoon. I've chucked the brolly up and I'm just sat here. I've had a little doze in my chair. It's been very lovely. Bert's been in the car. He got cold, so he decided he was going to go for his little nap. He's been in the car for a couple of hours. I only just let him out. But yeah, I mean, it looks so good down here on the wind, and because I'm the only person on the lake, I've had to have a little go, haven't I? You know. So I've slashed them down. You can't really see, but round the corner there is about as far right as you can cast, and I've put them up on the windward bank, which I'm told is a good area. It's weedy in the edge, obviously, but as it drops down the shelf and flattens out at 12 foot-ish, it's nice and clean. So I've got a couple of rods there. I managed to get a few baits out, but it's sort of at the limit of throwing stick range, and I'm just sitting here seeing if there's any about, or more importantly, if I see any others. But it's been raining so hard. This is the first time I've been able to get the camera out. It's like stopped for long enough for me to get a bit of footage, but yeah, it's looking nice out there. Let's get out quickly while the rain is... Oh, where's the rods? The rods are down there. Yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it? Well, actually got settled. House is up. I've got, look at me, I've got food, a fruit bowl. Obviously, Wes has primed me up with some duplers. And yeah, the weather's just gone through, but apparently we've got another big wallop coming through tonight and tomorrow. So I'm out in the middle of the pond tonight. Got some bait out, done all the do. I'm going to sit and cook myself some food. And yeah, it's not too noisy tonight. The wind's blowing the other way, so it's like taking the noise of the big road away a bit. So yeah, it should be. There's no mozzies about. It's all looking tally-ho. I got a couple of key of bait out in the middle on the spots that I've fished for a long time. The only reason I'm really sat here like this is because, like I said, we've got another day or two forecast now of quite serious rain and stuff, and I might as well be settled and in with a shout. I'm in the middle of the pond here, big old lake. See if we can get a couple tonight. Right, Bruce. Couple of rods out there. Lovely times. That'd be a bite then. Well, he was only a little one. But my God, he pulled my arm off on them big heavy casting rods. You terror. Wicked, eh? Belgian whacker. Lovely one as well, really lovely. I cannot see with this stupid viewfinder. But anyway, I'm super happy with that. I think he was 38. I think he was 38, yeah. So yeah, you got to be happy with a 38 pounder, ain't you, on your first night on the lake. Oh, spinning rounds. Oh, quick look at him. He wants to go back, and I want to get him back. Wicked. Hooray! Coffee and breakfast. He's a nice one. So I had to do a little bit just to show you him because he's a cracker. Wicked. Oh yeah, you live the dream, Nick, you do. Oh yeah, living the dream. This is pasta and sauce. But I thought this would make you laugh. Anyway, I've put all my cod balls out. And they're already flatting on me out there at Mega Range. I'm at full limit of my zoom capabilities and you have to hold it very still. But anyway, yeah, they're already on me. Yep. Normally they don't start till late, but tonight it's looking game on. Lovely times. There's a lovely one. Busy night, lovely social with brother Wesley and little Valentina and Bert, of course. Ah, just lovely, lovely fishing. Uncomplicated, beautiful, lovely carp, lovely times. Hey! Stupid dog. Nice one. Oh. He's got a few scars on him, this one, but he's a lovely carp. God, did he fight hard? My God. They've been fighting just mad today. Mega. Let's get him back. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right. Lovely times. Oh. Junkus. Oh my God. It's tiring all this carp fishing, like, let me tell you. Oh, I need a nap, that's what I need. I need a nice nap, a cup of tea. He's a beauty, like a proper beauty. I'm really happy to catch this one. We'll have a little look in a minute, video his head. He's got a proper bobbly head and a folded tail, and his little anal fin between my fingers is just like a little stump. But he's an absolute beauty, bona fide, proper. Look at the mouth. The mouth tells you everything about a big carp. Oh. Ooh. He is a banger, an absolute banger. I'm really pleased with that one for sure. And he gave me a hell of a scrap. Big bit of weed above the line. Oh, do you know what? He's heavy. Look at that. I'll just let him swim off, Wes, if you can get it.
Yeah, get his head up a bit.
Yeah.
Then I see the boat. Here it goes.
Nice. Yeah, little Valentina made me a rainbow. That was nice of her, wasn't it? Out of her slime stuff. And would you believe it, shortly afterwards there was a big rainbow pointing right down to my spot out in the middle. Do you think that could be an omen? I thought I'd better record this now, because if I did it tomorrow you'd go, oh yeah, after you'd caught one. But, you know, it could be an omen, couldn't it? That pot of gold could be out there. Could be the old pirate, you never know your luck. Funnier things have happened. Oh, it's a cold old morning, let me tell you. A cold old morning. Autumn's on its way. But on the plus side, I had an amazing night. Caught some absolute banging carp. Busy, rained most of the night, so I was in and out getting soaked. But yeah, they were truffling last night. God, don't know how many I caught, I lost count, but it was a good night. And I've got one of the ones I really wanted, really wanted. Lovely times. Oh, it's so bright, that sun. But look like a squinting idiot. But yeah, it's a lovely carp. They're all lovely carp, aren't they? Just a mental night's fishing, that was. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. And the sack is absolutely full of little swan mussels, but really thick shelled ones, and they just crush them up. Very surprising, really. Oh, it's behaving itself now, after trying to kill me. Oh, lovely times.
The most difficult fish to catch.
Oh mate, the most beautiful. What a cracker. Thanks mate. Nice. Nice squall just pushing through. Bert's not really amused. What do you think, Bert? Oh, don't know, that squall came out of nowhere. But I mean, that's just exactly the sort of thing that's keeping these fish going, I guess. Like I told you yesterday, I mentioned yesterday about the little rainbow that Valentina made me. There it is. And I had it pinned up in my brolly, and out there was a big rainbow going into the lake, and I said, you know, is that a bit of an omen? The carp anglers, we sort of live our lives by omens and false hope and superstition a lot of the time, you know, especially the longer you fish, like it becomes part of the thing, I guess. And yeah, last night, rain, loads and loads of bites. But like, out of it all, I got my pot of gold, the hardest fish in the lake to catch. Only its second ever capture, ever. It's an old original. It's probably as old as me or you. It's coming in again now. Drown out my bullshit. But anyway, yeah, there you go, my pot of gold. Amazing really, isn't it? You have to sit there like that one. I never thought I'd see that. The only other person to catch that was my mate Wesley, so I'm overjoyed with that one. And as I'm sat here talking to you, I've got a 40-pounder in the net. I've just put it in the sack waiting for Wes to come back. Just incredible fishing, incredible. And just lovely to be able to immerse yourself in it, you know, without the interference from other anglers and all the stuff that, you know, normally you'd be sat here more anxious than enjoying it, because you'd be thinking someone's going to f it up, someone's going to f it up. It just happens like that a lot of the time nowadays, especially on lakes that are busy, you know. But here I'm sort of, there's nobody here. There's just nobody here. I have the odd night on a Friday night and the odd night on a Saturday night. Apart from that, I'm just left to my own devices. And like, that is f***ing priceless, let me tell you. In this day and age, holy f***, every carp fishing box ticked again, just mega. Ah, a lovely one, strong one. I've got a feeling I might have caught this one before, but it don't really matter, does it? God, give me a right old scrap in the middle of mid-morning, late. But it's getting hot now and I'm starting to get sweaty. I'm getting back. Oh. Yeah, he's a lovely one. Ooh, big girl. An original one. If you can hear me over the background noise of the boat, but he's a lovely one. Look at that. Proper Belgian cracker. Been in the lake for years and years and years. Ooh, all good, Wes?
All good.
I'll put him back towards you. Can try and get a bit of footage of him because he's so grey and lovely. Hey. It is winter already, isn't it? Look at it. Jesus, 5 degrees last night. The thing is, they love it when it's like this. There's one out there that, like yesterday morning, was freezing. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen here. I was watching them everywhere, on the shallows, on the end of the wind. They get about, do you know what I mean? There's another one over there, long. Oh, as you can see, I've only got, I don't know if you can see, it's a bit dark still, a couple of rods out. One of them went, there's another one out there. They show sort of around the bait, but they don't actually show on it. They're funny old things. Yeah, they're out there anyway. So I'll keep doing a bit of video just because it's so lovely this morning. And before you know it, the sun will be popping up and it'll be magnificent, I'm sure. So I'll show you a bit. If my kettle ever boils. What a magnificent morning. But sadly, it sort of signifies the end of another summer. It's bloody freezing this morning. Absolutely freezing, but incredibly beautiful. Oh, another beautiful one. Take of death, fight of death. Fight of death on the bank. Crazy bloody things. Am I in? I'm hoping I'm in anyway. Beautiful carp. And now I'm holding it. It's behaving itself like it's been good all the whole time. Oh, it's never ending. What a trip, eh? What a trip. Well, morning, gang. Well, that's another trip. I'm loaded. I'm done. I could have stayed another 24 hours or so, but you know what? I'm absolutely knackered. I'm knackered. Let me just stop the engine a second. Yeah, I'm knackered. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in 4 or 5 nights. I've like been up all night, bites and fish, and it's a treacherous bit of bank on where I was fishing, and climbing up and down there at night with big fish. You know, a lot of them fish are over 35 pound, and it's a killer. It's a killer. But yeah, what a trip, eh? Just goes to show that's how they go sometimes. When you least expect it, you catch loads. Like ridiculous, like just ridiculous. You know, I've been carp fishing a long time. I'm quite happy to catch one a night, one in the morning. Happy Nick, lovely times. Ticking along, beautiful. Don't want to catch 100. But it's been like that. It's true. They've just been out there, and it was obvious, like, you know, I had good bait, I'd prepared it well. All of that makes a massive difference at this time of year. I come to Belgium, a lot of the other anglers that you see are using bait that just isn't like the bait we use. That's not being derogatory. Like they fish in a different style. A lot of it's just different with the massive heads of bream and stuff. They use big baits, hard baits. And they're historically, you know, their culture is a pre-baiting culture. They'll come down, you'll see someone turn up on a Monday evening and he'll be out there spomming or using a throwing stick for 10 minutes, and then he's gone. Then you'll see him again on Wednesday, and then he'll turn up on Friday and fish. And they can do that here, you know. It's just too pressured in the UK, for the most part, to get away with like that. So anyway, mega trip, eh? Oh, what are some of the fish I've caught? Some of the fish I've caught I've been after for years. I say after, you know, I've seen pictures of and like looked at them longingly for years and years and years. And when they turn up like that, it's great, isn't it? So yeah, you know, it's challenging fishing, long range spomming, long range casting. You know, big fish on long lines like kite, and they kite all the way, you know, you're hooking them a long way out and they kite all the way down to the left or right. And you can see where a lot of that video I'm putting them fish back, it's treacherous, and they come all the way into the edge, and then you get a load of grating and like big head shakes where they're twisting and turning, and then they go back out into the deeper water again. And it's proper art and mouth stuff, and I really enjoyed it. Had a great trip. Great to see my friends. Yeah, you know, and after having my little one for 3 weeks, you know, it's nice just to chill out a bit. But I haven't done much chilling out. My life, I tell you. Considering I don't do nothing, I'm the busiest person I know. So anyway, Bert's knackered. He's had no sleep either. Plus he's been ill and he's still not right. So I'll be pleased to get him home, give him a good bath and get him to the vet. And I need a shave. I just look like an old man. I am an old man, I guess. But no rest for the wicked. I get home, what day is it? It's Wednesday today. I'm going to get home probably by early afternoon. I'm so looking forward to a bath and my own bed, if truth be known, for a bit. My back's not great. I've lived on a bed chair since I was prepubescent. Do you know what I mean? I'm nearly 50 years old. So my back's not in the best of shape a lot of the time. So I'm looking forward to getting back to a flat bed and trying to get some decent sleep. I could do a good sleep tonight. And then I've got a couple of days running around. I'm going to go and check my boat, maybe go for a day's perch. You know, I don't know. I'm a bit fished out at the minute. I've got my daughter for the weekend, which is going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. My girlfriend's away at the moment. She's coming back, so we'll all get together. That'd be brilliant. And then Life of Riley here. I'm off to Lake Cassine on the Monday morning. British Airways from Heathrow, lovely times. I had some bait sent down for me. And I've got 2 weeks, a bit of guiding and a bit of my own fishing. There's a match on there, Madly, the time we're there. But nothing's changing. We're going to go. I know some other lakes down in that area. There isn't a lot of fishing in that part of France, contrary to belief. In fact, like, you know, when you get right down there, corner to corner, Calais, right the way down to Saint-Tropez and Nice and that, there's very little. There's a few lakes. Most of them are very big and really low stock. And if any of you have ever spent any time there in the summer months, like, it's brutal hot. Like, I'm a fair-skinned boy, and I love it down there, but I don't love the heat. I went last year with my mate Mick Murray, and took my little girl, took her for 3 weeks, and we went to Cassine for 3 weeks, and it was like, some of the days on the campsite, we were sat in, like, under the covered bit, like, and I'm looking at the temperature, and it's like 52 degrees. Like, killer. My little girl, like, started to wheel. We had to get her to McDonald's where they had air conditioning and revive her with ice cream. Which is all well and good if you're on holiday and you can go back and have a shower and have some air conditioning or something, but like, when you're fishing every day, like, it's brutal, and it doesn't matter how young or how fit you are. It's definitely a young, very fit man's game, that's for sure. But it can beast you. So, like, normally when it's really hot, 1 day in 3 is about what you fish. People go, I fish every day. Well, yeah, good luck to you. You have to be very, very committed and very, very, very scheduled. You have to have everything. A couple of the German lads we know, like and they're like robots. You know, got all their meals packed daily and like big tubs of like the Monday to Wednesday, and like they're so organised. But I end up going out really early in the morning quite often, cooking myself all day, looking and moving around like a mad thing, and then not getting back till the best part of midnight back to the campsite. By then you're done, properly done. So I've learned over the years, more recent trips, especially when it's been hot, we've either fished mornings or evenings. Evenings is preferred, and then you can chill out. You know, you can get back to the campsite real late and have a drink and have something to eat and go to bed and like have a lay in and all that sort of thing. Like, and to be honest, it's much more enjoyable like that. Especially we're talking day fishing. You know, night fishing is not strictly allowed. So. Yeah, Cassine next, and only a few days to get ready for it. Because I'm flying down, I use Dave's rods. He's got all the kit there. I take my own reels with braid on, and my own buzzers and hook baits and stuff. And I've got a 20 kilo allowance, which is never enough. I will have a good look at the weather. Obviously, I'll take waterproofs, and packing for a flight fishing trip is very different to packing for a car fishing trip, obviously. So yeah, onwards, home. God, I'm knackered. I've caught so many fish, we've lost count. We were trying to count up yesterday, can't count them up. For some reason, Wes never catches smalls. I've caught loads of small ones this trip. Small ones, you know, the carp of the size we didn't even think were in here. I've caught plenty, but I think that's to do with my bait. And the way I prepare it, the old krill, like, and I soak it and then cover it in krill powder and shake it up, and I build up layers on the bait, and then liquid tuna, more krill powder, shake it up, and then lots of green lit mussel powder, shake it all up, keep agitate. In the end, you end up with these 20 millers that are more like 22 mil. Obviously, I'm spomming them out. You can't stick them very easily apart from close range, and like, they are just like magnets, like carp magnets. But not just carp magnets, everything magnets. Everything is like, last night was quiet. It was my only quiet night on this lake, and but they were still showing around the area. You know, it's kicking off out there. All the birds are out there, and I know that as soon as I go, my friend Wes won't fish for a bit, and then he'll bait up and go and have a fish himself, and he'll beast them. So am I coming back too? Right, I'm coming back. I'm going to come back in hopefully in October. I think some filming plans I did have changed. So I'll be back here in October, where I'm going to fish a different part of the lake, which is like where the deeper bits are, where they're usually last caught and all that caper. October time, I would imagine I'll be back. So yeah, a couple of quiet days at home now, but I'll be seeing you literally, because I'll be taking my camera top with me. So I'll be at Cassine in a few days' time, and I'll see you there. See you in a bit.